Hello Sagittarius, this is Sarah with Sarah Bear Tarot, and I'm bringing you your November month ahead readings, broken down into 3 parts, one for each decan. And depending on which decan you are born under, you may be on the cusp, so there may be 2 readings for you here. If you don't know your decan, that's okay. I do comment before each pile, and I also put it down in the timestamp, so you can jump ahead to it if you like. Now we can go ahead and get started. So the first pile is for Sagittarius first decan. That is for those of you born November 23rd to December 2nd. And with all of these major arcana cards, I am going to shuffle and get you another card, because I feel I need clarification here. Well, I better dig in and see what we have going on here. Judgment reversed. There's a decision that you've been putting off making, a major life change. And perhaps you're putting it off because of self-doubt. You may feel unprepared or unwilling to move on. But I think in November, you're moving out of that energy and moving into the magician energy, where you begin realizing you have the resources, you have what it takes, you have the skills and gifts, and you're beginning to trust your ability to maybe manifest your future. The Death card here, this is transformation and you moving on and letting go of what isn't serving you anymore. Uruz is the Aurochs. This is energy of power and strength, and learning to tame your, wilder, more beast-like energies, learning to rein in your desires and not run by ego alone. This is endurance. So moving towards the end of the year, I think you're going to be finding that you need to take more control of your emotions and thoughts, and to leave behind what is not serving you. I think you're going to be realizing that your time on this earth is not endless, and there's no point in worrying over the little things. This umbrella speaks of protection. Perhaps you'll find you have your angels and guides watching over you and protecting you through this process. But at the end, we do have the 5 of Swords, which can speak of disagreements, conflict, arguments, and times when you're realizing you need to be more flexible and allow others their say. Now we have the Willow card, and this is a new deck for me, so I kind of have to look it up in the book. Although actually, remembering, I got this card earlier, and it has to do, there's the aspect of water here, so emotions, feminine energies. You may need to tap into your divine feminine aspects, regardless of your sex, getting more in touch with your compassionate side and learning to connect more with your feelings. As a relationship reading, if you're in a relationship, I think you may need to learn to listen better and to try to understand other people's feelings without taking it personally. It may feel like your relationship is coming to an end. I think there are some issues to work through, but there's an unwillingness here to do that, because there's a bit of a solitary feeling here. And if that's the case, I think you're ready for it. I can almost see you celebrating solitude and being able to release some stored up emotions. If you're single, I think this is not the time to get into a relationship. This is the time to process and release the pain of the past before you try to move forward. I feel like you've likely put up protections and boundaries that you're going to need to learn how to let down in order to bring in love. Okay, moving on to second decan Sagittarius. This is for those of you born December 3rd through December 12th. It looks like you may have recently left a situation that's no longer fulfilling you. Could be a job, and you're ready to branch out and try something new. I see a lot of hard work here. There's patience, there's fortitude, there's planning, there's every possibility that this is going to work out for you. You may need to possibly risk some money in this case in order to bring in more. And we have the harp here. So this is listening to others. So I think perhaps you're bringing other people's input into this situation. You may wish to seek guidance from a financial advisor. And here we have the blackthorn, and I'm going to have to look up the meaning of this card because it's new. I'm going to read a passage here. If you persist with a negative viewpoint, trying to cling to your old ways and facing difficulty with resentment and stubbornness, you will only damage yourself in the end. On the other hand, you can accept immutable events willingly by conquering your resistance and drawing on spiritual strength, and so become able to recognize a new direction or opportunity as it emerges from the chaos and work with it. In due course, you should then realize that although your life or yourself may have altered drastically, you have nonetheless safely emerged into a new fulfilling phase, cleansed and renewed in the process. I'm going to go over to Awaz, the rune, and it does speak of a rebirth and the fact of change and that it is inevitable. So, release resistance, be prepared for this new cycle, and seek guidance. You're not in this alone. There are people who have information that you could definitely use. There's a feeling in these cards like this is a new direction for you. So don't feel like you have to get there all by yourself. If you're in a relationship, I see you moving on from something that was no longer fulfilling to you in your relationship. But I see teamwork here. So I think you are maybe moving together into the future and something that would be more suitable for you, that would bring you more material security. If you're single, I think you've moved on successfully from the past and you're moving towards a new partner up ahead. Could be young or old, but I think they have patience, endurance, and security, as well as great business sense. Now on to our final reading. This is for 3rd Decan Sagittarius, those of you born December 13th through December 21st. And this reading looks like it's all about love and emotional fulfillment. We have the Lover's card here, so partnership, unity. So we have 10 of Cups, happy family card, Queen of Cups, feeling in your power and emotionally and spiritually in alignment. And finally, we have the Ace of Cups, so a new beginning, especially for love, an overflowing of love and harmony and peace. We have a partnership here that is going to bring a soul alignment. We have Iwaz here, the horse, speaks of loyalty. Does feel like there's a journey ahead, a journey of love. When we get this rune, it signifies a loving, trustworthy partnership. So whether in work or in your love life, there is a lot of harmony and connection here. We also have the moon. So again, emotional connection and getting to the depths of your feelings, bringing your feelings to the surface. And now I'm going to pull my final oracle card here, and it's a Celtic tree oracle. They're new to me, so I will have to read the passage for you. Let's see what tree we got. Heather. Okay, look at the moon on there. So the passage for this says, mistletoe and heather combine in this card to guide you into closer contact with the world of spirit and the resulting healing your pathway can lead to. After all, mistletoe is not called all heal for no reason. Its derivatives are to be found in several modern medicines, and a preparation is used in some forms of alternative medicines today as a treatment for cancer. So a time for emotional healing and spiritual healing. If you're in a relationship, I think you should be entering a time of wonderful connectivity, harmony, and an overabundance of love. If you're single, well, I don't think you're going to be single for long. I think you're very soon coming into an opportunity for love, maybe even a soulmate situation. And I'm going to go ahead and say perhaps in a month, because with the moon, there's a cycle. So stay open and positive about the love you're drawing towards yourself. And if this is career-based reading, as a career-based reading, you may have two options for a career coming up, and I think you're going to pick whichever one suits your soul best. Follow your heart here. Also, you may be joining a partnership, so prepare to team up. That's always a good option.